Welcome, STEMgineers, to STEM to Stern, the podcast where curiosity meets critical thinking. Join Chauntée and Jake as they discuss STEM topics that spark debate and exploration.
This is STEM to Stern. I'm Jake.
And I'm Chauntée.
And today's topic of discussion is synthetic foods and lab-grown meat. Chauntée, what are your thoughts on this topic?
Thanks for asking, Jacob. Me, being a carnivore.
Me too.
Ish. No, I would say first and foremost, obviously it's a little bit or what are we talking about here? Because we've had plant-based meat that wasn't good. I've had plant-based meat that is good. So it makes me a little bit nervous, but the concept is really fascinating. So they take cells from the muscles and organs and cells to make this meat.
I presume, are they using stem cells from the
Yes.
animals?
Stem cells. And they're recreating this meat. So they're not recreating the animal, they're recreating the meat.
They're just growing layers of tissue.
Yes.
Okay.
That is meat. The tissue that, is edible. So they're doing that. The first one that was ever made was in 2012 in a lab. So it took a lot of work to create it, a lot of time and a lot of research. So what's really cool, though, is based on what I've seen, it was like $365 million to make this meat initially. And then after, a few years afterwards, it went to 11,000. Or 11 million, sorry. So it went down a whole lot.
That is still a very expensive hamburger.
Yeah. Well, not just for one, but the concept of it all growing. But here's the good news. So the carbon is a huge deal for the environment.
I've heard that one of the drivers behind it is, of course, people who choose not to eat meat, who are vegetarians or vegan. But then also, the methane production from cows farting. Let's be honest,
that's
what
it
is. Cow flatulence. By growing the meat in the lab, you
avoid that.
You reduce your carbon footprint.
It's
less
true.
Greenhouse gases.
It's true. And also, it's 45% less energy usage because of all of the things that is required to have living animals. You have to worry about all of the feedings and the driving back and forth to fields and things. So also 96% less usage of land.
Mm-hmm. True.
Which is a big deal. That's a lot of land space that we would not use anymore. And
in a lot of places, I know in South America, it's a big issue where so much land is being cleared, in these rainforest areas, just for cattle ranches. So that's a important factor to consider.
Absolutely. Obviously there's cons to it as well. Because we have millions of people that are working farms, and we don't want that to not be a thing anymore, because we also need our soil to be constantly being used, because that's how we keep our soil actually nutrients in our soil.
The crop rotations and things like that.
We also need to breathe air, and plants is a reason why we need to breathe air.
Sure.
So we have to be careful with that, because there are plants being made as well. There are people who are vegans and vegetarians that have mentioned that you're still eating with these synthetic, you're still eating the cells of an animal. And so not everyone's okay with it. It's a debate, I'm just saying, and I'm just respectfully saying that's a thing. But another fun fact is with all of that is in America, of course, we have this is our meat. But in other countries, it's more common than not to eat bugs.
Yeah, that's a very good point, because for me personally, if I want a real steak, I'm gonna get a real steak. So I definitely think there's a place.
And you can get it in Texas, where the real steak is.
For the lab-grown synthetic meats, I think there's a place for it. But again, I like your idea. I am very pro-bug eater. If you've ever had roasted crickets, they're delicious. It's crunchy, meaty popcorn. I love it. Not everybody's into that though, but I think we need to give it more of a chance.
I've been told, it is not from experience, I have had crickets though, but I have been told that stink bugs taste like apples.
You would think that they would taste bad, but they taste like apples.
That's what I've been told. And I'm not saying go out and eat a stink bug. I'm just saying now I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'd like for Jake to eat a stink bug and tell me what it's about.
We'll do it on camera next season.
Hey, I'm into it.
If you guys know where to find a stink bug, please
tell
let
us
me
your
know.
favorite bug that you've ever eaten, if you've eaten one, or one that you find the most interesting, and maybe Jake and I can do something with that.
Dried mealworms on ice cream. Trust me, I've had it before. don't knock it till you try it.
So what's the protein count in that? Like, is it just because, oh, I ate a bug? Or is it like, oh, these are actually good nutrients for you? Because that's the reason I would eat it.
I think it's similar protein content. It's similar protein content. But yeah, let us know in the comments.
I want to know
which bug you have tried before that was the tastiest, and which one you would try in the future. And also, would you be open to eating synthetic foods? Would you be open to eating synthetic foods or lab-grown meat?
I think he was going to say, would you ever be in the mood for synthetic food?
That's exactly
That's what it was. I knew it. Let us know in the comments, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Thanks.
Thanks for tuning in to STEM to Stern. We hope today's episode got you thinking. If you enjoyed the discussion, subscribe and share it with others. And be sure to check out our show notes for free resources and links that go along with today's episode. Until next time, keep questioning and keep exploring, STEM engineers.